Welcome back to the deep dive. So, summer's here, and July 4th is often right there in our minds. You picture the fireworks, the cookouts, that whole vibe. It's a really strong image of, well, freedom.
Oh, absolutely. That
Yeah.
imagery is potent. But here's where our sources bring in a really interesting angle. That typical celebration, it kind of glosses over something pretty important.
What's that?
We're not actually celebrating the victory of independence on July 4th. Not really. What we're marking is the declaration, the moment they said, we're doing this.
Right. That makes sense. It completely shifts the focus, doesn't it? Because July 4th, 1776, that wasn't the end of the story. It was like the first chapter. The war had just begun. They were signing up for a fight.
Exactly. A fight for a future they hadn't achieved yet. The actual win, the freedom, that was still 7 years down the road.
Wow. 7 years.
And that distinction, it matters a lot, especially if you're thinking about your own freedom, your own performance. Because the core idea here, what the sources really hammer home, is that every big change, every transformation, it starts with a declaration, a clear one.
So it's not just about wanting something different. It's about formally, deliberately stating it.
Precisely. It's that pivot point, moving from just thinking about it to actually committing to act. And that's our mission today, really, to show you how to use this idea, this power of declaration, for yourself, for your own freedom.
Okay, let's unpack this. The sources, they talk about something called internal enemies, drawing from sports psychology, right? This isn't just pop psychology, is it? Sounds more concrete.
It is very concrete, these internal enemies. They're your ingrained habits, maybe limiting beliefs you hold or those automatic reactions, the things that just sort of kick in and hold you back without you even consciously choosing them. They feel familiar, but they sabotage you.
Okay, give me an example.
Well, think about that flicker of self-doubt when the pressure's on. That's one. Or maybe getting instantly defensive or emotional in a tough conversation, making things messy.
Yeah, okay, I see that. Or even maybe using some coping mechanism like scrolling or snacking that feels good now but costs you focus or energy later.
Exactly, those kinds of things. The sources call them inner tyrants because they really do restrict your freedom, your potential. And just like overthrowing any tyrant, getting free starts with a bold commitment, a declaration. But crucially, it can't stop there. That declaration needs follow-through, consistent, courageous action.
Right, right. That connects to something we've touched on before, this idea that speed is great, but direction is maybe even more important. This declaration, it's like setting the compass needle, making sure you're moving the right way.
Perfectly put. It's that strategic reorientation. It defines where you're actually going.
So before we jump into making new declarations, the sources suggest looking back first.
Yes, and this is, I think, a really powerful step. It's about honoring the inner wars you've already won, taking a moment to pause, maybe even celebrate, and really reflect on those past victories.
That feels important. We often just focus on what's next, what's wrong. Why is looking back so crucial here?
Because it builds belief. It reminds you that you can change. You've done it before. So for you listening, think about it. What are, say, 3 habits or patterns you've already overcome? Maybe big, maybe small. Just take a second. Acknowledge them. Celebrate them. It's not just about knowing you need to change. It's about remembering you have changed. You embodied it.
Okay. Acknowledging the past wins. I like that. It fuels you up for the next challenge. Which brings us to, well, raising the stakes, declaring war on the next thing.
That's it. Identifying that next internal constraint, the one that's really standing between you and the freedom or the impact or the level of excellence you feel you're capable of.
And this isn't just wishful thinking. You mentioned it's inspired by the founding fathers, but also grounded in things like neuroscience.
Exactly. It pulls from history, from practical frameworks, and even the science of how hope works in the brain. And it all ties back to that core sports psychology idea. Behavior shapes identity. Acting differently starts to change who you believe you are.
So the sources actually give us a template for this, a personal declaration of independence.
They do. It's designed to be powerful. It deliberately echoes the original language.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, get ready to fill in the blank. It goes. When in the course of a leader's development, it becomes necessary to dissolve the bonds of unproductive habits and reclaim the agency entitled by nature, experience, and excellence. I, your name, hereby declare my independence from...
Wow, okay. That blank, that's where you name the specific habit, the belief, the inner tyrant.
That's the one.
Declaring it isn't enough, right? WOOP is the practical engine here. It turns the declaration into a plan. WOOP. First W is wish. What do you actually want instead? Get really clear on the positive alternative. Okay. Wish. Then O.
Outcome. What are the real benefits if you achieve this wish? What good things will happen? How will life be genuinely better? Feel that outcome.
Makes sense. Wish, outcome, the next O.
Obstacles. This is crucial. What's going to get in your way? Be honest. What internal resistance, what external challenges will pop up when you try this?
So anticipating the roadblocks.
Exactly. And that leads directly to P, plan. What's your specific if-then plan for when those obstacles do show up? Like, if I feel the urge to procrastinate, then I will immediately work for just 5 minutes. Pre-planning your response.
If then. Okay. Wish, outcome, obstacles, plan. That makes the declaration feel much more actionable.
It does. And the key thing here, this whole process, it's not about being perfect overnight.
Right. It's about the direction, not instant perfection.
Exactly. You don't have to slay the dragon today, but you do need to commit
Wow.
boldly. It's about that mental shift, moving from feeling like a victim of your habits to being the creator of your responses.
Simplifying the battlefield, focusing on that one declared area, and actually doing something instead of just thinking about it.
Yes. Trading theory for action. And it all comes back to that idea. Just get 1% better daily. That consistent effort, that's the real work, just like the founders faced after their declaration.
So, wrapping this up, the challenge for everyone listening, straight from the sources, is pretty clear, isn't it?
It is. What habit, what behavior, what belief are you going to declare independence from? Starting now.
Don't just think it. Write it down. Say it out loud, maybe.
Yeah, maybe tell someone. Make it real. Because that freedom we talked about doesn't just land in your lap. You earn it. You earn it by training, by acting like a champion.
So fireworks are cool. We all love them. But this kind of change, changing your own internal landscape, that's a real reason to celebrate.
Absolutely. Let's all work on building that mental constitution, one declaration at a time. That's where the real freedom starts. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into Coach Ed Padalecki's really practical and powerful ideas. We hope you can start applying them to your own journey, maybe even starting with that 1% today.